The 1960s weren't just about groundbreaking music and iconic festivals. They were a time when live performances could redefine an artist's career and alter the cultural landscape. The 60s set the bar for what live music could achieve. As we look back, let's rediscover 13 concerts from the 1960s you forgot were awesome. The Beatles at Shea Stadium. Kicking off our list is the Beatles' historic performance at Shea Stadium in New York City. As the first rock band to play at a major sports stadium, the Beatles didn't just perform. They made history in front of a record-breaking crowd of 55,600 screaming fans. This concert set a new precedent for live music, showcasing the immense popularity of the Fab Four and the potential for rock concerts as mass entertainment phenomena. The sheer scale, energy, and excitement of the event remain unmatched, marking it as a pivotal moment in the history of live performances. Woodstock Music and Art Fair. No list of 60s concerts would be complete without mentioning Woodstock, the epitome of the era's counterculture and musical innovation. Over 3 days of peace, love, and music, Woodstock brought together over 400,000 people and featured performances by legends like Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, and The Who. Beyond its musical brilliance, Woodstock became a symbol of unity and resistance, embodying the ideals of a generation determined to change the world. It wasn't just a concert, it was a cultural milestone that continues to inspire and resonate with audiences today. The Monterey Pop Festival. Before Woodstock, there was the Monterey Pop Festival. Held in California, this event marked the first major American appearance of Jimi Hendrix, The Who, and Ravi Shankar, among others. It was a groundbreaking showcase of musical diversity and talent, highlighting the burgeoning counterculture movement. The festival's success laid the groundwork for future music festivals and solidified its place in history as a moment when genres blurred and barriers were broken, igniting the Summer of Love and bringing psychedelic music to the mainstream. If you enjoyed this video so far, do us a favor and subscribe to our channel. Thanks and have fun watching. The Rolling Stones at Hyde Park. In the wake of founding member Brian Jones's tragic death, the Rolling Stones returned to the stage with a free concert in London's Hyde Park, drawing a crowd of over 250,000. This concert was not just a musical event, it was a public mourning and a celebration of Jones's life. Mick Jagger, wearing a white dress, recited poetry before releasing thousands of butterflies into the air, creating a poignant, unforgettable moment. The performance showcased the Stones' resilience and marked the debut of guitarist Mick Taylor, heralding a new era for the band. James Brown at the Apollo. James Brown's live album, Live at the Apollo, is often hailed as one of the greatest live albums of all time. But it was the concert itself that solidified Brown's reputation as the hardest working man in show business. Capturing the electrifying energy of Brown and his famous Flames, the concert at Harlem's Apollo Theater was a masterclass in soul, funk, and the sheer power of performance. Brown's dynamic stage presence and vocal prowess left audiences in awe, making this concert a landmark event in the evolution of live music.
Once upon a time, you dressed so fine, through the bumps of dime in your prime.
Bob Dylan goes electric at Newport Folk Festival. Bob Dylan's performance at the Newport Folk Festival is infamous for the moment he went electric, trading his acoustic folk roots for an electric guitar. This bold move was met with a mix of cheers and boos, symbolizing the tension between traditional folk purists and the evolving rock scene. Dylan's set was a turning point in his career and in music history, challenging conventions and paving the way for the fusion of folk and rock. It remains one of the most talked about performances of the decade, a testament to Dylan's artistry and willingness to defy expectations. The Jimi Hendrix Experience at Monterey. Jimi Hendrix's American debut at the Monterey Pop Festival was nothing short of revolutionary. His explosive performance, culminating in the iconic moment when he set his guitar on fire, was a declaration of his unparalleled talent and innovation as a musician. Hendrix pushed the boundaries of what was possible with a guitar, blending rock, blues, and psychedelia into a mesmerizing spectacle. This concert announced Hendrix as a major force in music, forever altering the landscape of rock guitar play. Janis Joplin with Big Brother and the Holding Company at Monterey. Also at the Monterey Pop Festival, Janis Joplin's performance with Big Brother and the Holding Company catapulted her to stardom. Joplin's raw, powerful vocals and electric stage presence mesmerized the audience, capturing the soulful intensity of her music. This performance marked Joplin as one of the leading voices of her generation, a symbol of emotional authenticity and musical passion. Her rendition of Ball and Chain remains one of the most stirring live performances of the era.
Breakfast where the news is read. Television.
The Doors at the Hollywood Bowl. The Doors' performance at the Hollywood Bowl is hailed as one of their best live recordings, capturing the band at the peak of their powers. Jim Morrison's poetic lyrics and charismatic presence, combined with the band's tight musicianship, made for a hypnotic live experience. The concert featured iconic tracks like Light My Fire and The End, showcasing the Doors' unique blend of rock, blues, and psychedelia. It remains a definitive moment in the band's history and a highlight of 60s live music. Rocked Aretha Franklin at the Filmore West. While slightly outside the 60s, Aretha Franklin's performance at the Filmore West in San Francisco deserves mention for its groundbreaking impact on the perception of soul music within the predominantly rock audience of the Filmore. Franklin's powerful voice and emotive performances won over new fans and solidified her status as the Queen of Soul. This concert was a cultural exchange, bridging musical worlds and showcasing Franklin's universal appeal across genres and audiences. The Beach Boys at Carnegie Hall. As icons of the California surf rock scene, the Beach Boys' performance at the prestigious Carnegie Hall was a watershed moment, signifying the genre's acceptance into the mainstream music culture. The concert showcased the group's complex harmonies, sophisticated melodies, and the intricate compositions of Brian Wilson, particularly highlighting songs from their groundbreaking album Pet Sounds. This event was a celebration of their evolution from a surf band to serious musicians, contributing to the artistic legitimacy of pop music in the 1960s. The Beach Boys' lush soundscapes and lyrical sophistication resonated within the hallowed hall, bridging the gap between rock and roll and traditional American music institutions.
Too long.
Otis Redding at the Monterey Pop Festival. Otis Redding's performance at the Monterey Pop Festival brought soul music to a predominantly rock and psychedelic audience, earning him widespread acclaim and introducing his powerful, emotive style to a new, diverse group of fans. Backed by Booker T and the MGs, Redding delivered a set that was both energetic and deeply soulful, culminating in a transcendent rendition of Try a Little Tenderness that became one of the festival's most memorable moments. This concert not only solidified Redding's status as a soul legend, but also demonstrated the universal appeal of soul music, bridging cultural and musical divides.
There is superstition. It's all your fault.
Stevie Wonder at Madison Square Garden, 1972. In the heart of New York City, Stevie Wonder took to the stage at Madison Square Garden in 1972, delivering a performance that was both a showcase of his immense talent and a celebration of musical innovation. Touring in support of his groundbreaking album, Talking Book, Wonder's setlist combined irresistible rhythms with profound lyrical depth, offering hits like Superstition and You Are the Sunshine of My Life. This concert stood as a pivotal moment in Wonder's career, highlighting his transition into a creative force that would shape the sound of modern soul and R&B.
Sitting down by my window.
Janis Joplin at Harvard Stadium, 1970. In August 1970, Janis Joplin's performance at Harvard Stadium in Boston became one of her final live appearances before her untimely death. This concert captured the raw energy and emotional intensity of Joplin's voice, as she belted out classics like Piece of My Heart and Me and Bobby McGee. Her connection with the audience was palpable, making the performance a poignant reminder of Joplin's legacy as a pioneering female rock and blues vocalist and an icon of the 1960s counterculture. Elton John at Dodger Stadium, 1975. Elton John's two-day stint at Dodger Stadium in October 1975 was more than just a concert. It was a pop culture phenomenon. Decked out in sequins and feathers, Elton John delivered a performance that was as much a visual feast as it was a musical one. Hits like Rocket Man and Benny and the Jets filled the stadium, while Elton's flamboyant stage presence cemented his status as a showman par excellence. These concerts symbolized the zenith of glam rock's influence on the mainstream, embodying the decadence and extravagance of the era's music scene. Pink Floyd's The Wall at the Los Angeles Memorial Sports Arena, 1980. Though technically at the tail end of the 1970s, Pink Floyd's performance of The Wall in 1980 was a culmination of the decade's progressive rock movement. This ambitious live show combined elaborate stage constructions, theatrical effects, and animation, creating an immersive experience beyond traditional concert norms. The Wall was a commentary on isolation, war, and the barriers we build around ourselves, themes that resonated deeply in the context of the Cold War era. Pink Floyd's performances were a technical and narrative spectacle, showcasing the band's innovation and the transformative potential of live music.
It's gonna be so much more than just friends.
Bruce Springsteen at the Bottom Line, 1975. In August 1975, Bruce Springsteen's performances at the Bottom Line in New York City became the stuff of legend. These shows, occurring just as Born to Run was being released, were pivotal in catapulting Springsteen from a critically acclaimed artist to a household name. The intimate setting of the Bottom Line allowed for a connection between artist and audience that was palpable, with Springsteen's storytelling and energetic performances laying the groundwork for his future as the boss. These concerts exemplified the power of live music to create iconic moments and solidify an artist's place in music history. Bob Marley and the Wailers at the Lyceum Theatre, 1975. Bob Marley's performance at the Lyceum Theatre in London, July 1975, was a watershed moment for reggae music on the global stage. The live recording of No Woman No Cry from this concert would go on to become one of Marley's most beloved tracks, introducing much of the world to reggae's rich rhythms and Marley's profound lyrical insights on love, struggle, and redemption. This concert was a celebration of cultural identity and musical fusion, showcasing Marley's charisma and the universal appeal of his music. Led Zeppelin at Madison Square Garden, 1973. In July 1973, Led Zeppelin's performances at Madison Square Garden were recorded and later immortalized in the concert film The Song Remains the Same. These concerts showcased Led Zeppelin at the height of their powers, with Jimmy Page's guitar solos, Robert Plant's vocal prowess, and the band's explosive chemistry on full display. Songs like Stairway to Heaven and Whole Lotta Love were not just performed, they were transformed into epic live experiences. These shows were a testament to Led Zeppelin's dominance in the rock genre and their ability to captivate audiences with their sheer musical intensity. Fleetwood Mac at the Forum, 1977. Following the release of their landmark album Rumors, Fleetwood Mac took to the Forum in Los Angeles for a series of concerts that solidified their place in rock history. These performances in 1977 were charged with emotional intensity, reflecting the personal turmoil and relational dynamics within the band. Yet it was this very tension that fueled their live shows, with songs like Go Your Own Way and Dreams taking on new life on stage. Fleetwood Mac's concerts at the Forum were a mesmerizing blend of raw emotion, musical excellence, and the transformative power of storytelling through song. The Rolling Stones Tour of the Americas, 1975. The Rolling Stones Tour of the Americas in 1975 marked their first tour with the guitarist Ronnie Wood. The tour's kickoff at Madison Square Garden featured a theatrical entrance with the band emerging from a giant inflatable phallus, setting the tone for a series of high-energy performances across the continent. This tour was a spectacle of rock and roll excess, showcasing the Stones' swaggering confidence and their ability to meld blues, rock, and a hint of disco into electrifying live performances. It was a reminder of the Stones' status as rock royalty and their unmatched command of the live concert experience. Queen at Wembley Stadium, 1979. Queen's concert at Wembley Stadium in 1979 was a defining moment in live rock performance, showcasing the band's theatricality, musicianship, and Freddie Mercury's unparalleled stage presence. Performing hits like Bohemian Rhapsody and We Will Rock You, Queen delivered a masterclass in audience engagement and musical spectacle. This concert exemplified Queen's ability to bridge the gap between rock and opera, creating a unique and unforgettable live music experience that has stood the test of time.
In the year of the scavenger, season of the bed, sachet on the ballroom, scurry to the dead.
David Bowie's Diamond Dogs Tour, 1974. David Bowie's Diamond Dogs Tour, especially the shows at the Universal Amphitheater in Los Angeles, marked a pinnacle in the era's concert spectacle and theatricality. This tour was Bowie's deep dive into a dystopian vision inspired by George Orwell's 1984, featuring elaborate stage sets that transported the audience to another world. Bowie's chameleonic persona, combined with his musical genius, made these performances unforgettable. The Diamond Dogs Tour was a testament to Bowie's creativity, blending rock music with avant-garde theater and setting a new standard for live performances. The Eagles at the Capitol Center, 1977. In March 1977, the Eagles performed a series of concerts at the Capitol Center in Landover, Maryland, that were among the first to be captured with the then novel technology of multi-camera video recording. These shows, occurring at the peak of the band's career following the release of Hotel California, offered a pristine showcase of the Eagles' intricate harmonies and masterful songwriting. The live renditions of Hotel California and Take It Easy epitomized the laid-back yet sophisticated rock sound that defined a generation. These concerts highlighted the Eagles' ability to create a sense of warmth and intimacy, even in a large arena setting. James Brown at the Apollo Theater, 1972. James Brown's performance at the Apollo Theater in 1972 was a homecoming for the godfather of soul, marking another high point in his storied relationship with the iconic venue. This concert showcased Brown at his electrifying best, with a relentless energy and unmatched stage presence that whipped the audience into a frenzy. His dynamic performances of Get on the Good Foot and Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud were not just musical masterpieces, they were powerful statements of identity and pride. James Brown's concerts at the Apollo were a testament to his impact on music and culture, embodying the soul and spirit of the 1970s. The 1970s was a decade that redefined what a concert could be, from intimate acoustic sets to grandiose theatrical productions, from the emergence of stadium rock to the intimate, soulful performances that touched hearts. These 13 concerts are but a snapshot of the era's live music landscape, each contributing to the tapestry of sound and emotion that still echoes today,